I never plan how I'm going to start the podcast.
Yeah.
We just kind of start talking.
Sure.
And, but I've been looking forward all day to talking to you.
Me too.
Yeah, because I'm like, you're a talker, and
Yeah.
we like to talk shop, and you're so new to this, and I think that's a beautiful time in the entertainment industry experience, is being new and kind of like, you have this concept of what it's going to be like, but the concept's very different than what it is.
Oh yeah.
Do you feel that already?
Oh, 100%. I mean, you warned me from the beginning too, which I'm slowly starting to see it. You kept saying like, no, just that's the gig, man. Like you just wait. Just just relax. It's to be patient, and it's true. That's why I keep telling myself that whenever I get a little anxious, a little too overly excited about it. And I just remember your voice in my head going, just be patient.
Yeah,
it's gonna take a couple years.
It's a long game.
It is. Yeah.
Especially when you're coming at it later in life.
Yeah.
And you're coming from a totally different background.
Yep.
And so you're learning the art and you're learning the business at the same time. Sometimes it's almost easier when you can just focus on the art. And historically, a lot of old New York acting teachers, they used to tell people, oh, just be an artist. But, I look at someone like yourself that's coming in later. It's like, you kind of got to learn as you go and get in the ring and get punched a little bit because you'll get better faster.
Exactly. I can appreciate like the business aspect of the processes that go into all of it and all the various roles.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm going to come in a great time of this transformation of the film industry to begin with, which is exciting. So I'm getting learning some tricks of the old trade, but I'm also hearing and learning about like the vertical shorts that you're doing and new stuff. So, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah. It's constantly evolving, and part of why you follow a trend isn't always to be a part of the trend, but it's to learn from the trend.
Exactly.
And to see what the next trend's going to be.
Yep.
Because I look at things and people be like, oh, like right now, cowboys are big.
Yep.
Everybody loves cowboys and cowboy stuff. And I love cowboy stuff. I grew up riding horses, but I've seen cowboys come and go stylistically probably, 5-8 times in the last 3-4 decades.
Yeah, look at the Marble Man. He started it.
Yeah, it's not going to last.
No.
So you ride this wave, and as you know, I love motorcycles.
Yep.
And, it was 5-8 years ago, if you were a motorcycle rider, you were top of the food chain, and I was doing some of that work. And, I know right now it's not quite the trend, but I think that's what's going to come after cowboys.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like a pendulum. Everything's going to swing one way for a while, then hang out, and then it'll swing back, to your point. So
we love horses. We love motorcycles.
Yep.
We love playgrounds. You never know.
It's
and you just watch it, and you learn to love it.
Right.
Years ago, I was working on a pilot for Spike, and the stuntman, lead stunt coordinator, local guy in Arizona, been around for years. He said to me, "You're really fortunate." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Because it was equivalent to like a guest star.
Yeah.
And when you're a guest star on a pilot, that means it could turn into a series regular." And I said, "Well, thank you." And he goes, "Enjoy it, because you never know if it's your last one."
Exactly.
And like at the time, I was like, psh, whatever. I'm going to be doing TV work forever.
Yeah.
And ironically, my career took a different direction, and that was one of the last bigger pilots I worked on. And I think that really taught me, now reflecting on it years later, is like, as we're learning and going and watching these trends, we just have to enjoy the ride.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I used to do in my old business, in my career, because I would tell people all the time, I treat every day as like my last day.
Yeah.
And with technology and business, it always changes. It's always evolving. Technology is always changing. Now it's like almost every 6 to 9 months. So I got pretty used to learning the new trade, the new tricks. And
And some come and stay, and some go.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you feel has been some of the lessons you've learned, early in the game that you didn't quite realize? Obviously you're a strong type, which I love, and I tell you, I just want you to be you.
Yeah.
Right. I think that initially you didn't quite grasp that.
Yeah.
But are there some other lessons like that you can think of sharing?
Oh yeah, I think you taught me about just being patient, and then just being authentic, and so like don't overact. And I always thought that's what acting was. like just bringing like this flair, this tap into this different realms of personalities that you have. And you always said, no, just be you. You're an interesting guy already.
Right.
Just talk.
Yeah.
Just talk like you're talking to somebody normally. And that it took me a while, a couple of evolutions for me to find that to click in. And it was great through the scene practice, right? And that's what really helped me.
Yeah.
And because I'm always thinking like, who would want to listen to me talk though? I'm just talking like my normal self. And then the feedback and reaction, both from you and the other fellow actors, are like, that was amazing. I'm like, I was just talking.
Yeah.
And so that was the biggest lesson for me. It was just saying, be patient and just be you.
It's hard on your ego too, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Well, and I felt like I came into it at a good opportunity because I felt like I already had an ego death walking into this transformation of my career, change. Mm-hmm. So I always felt like that was my ethos at work, and I was leading teams to check your ego at the door always before you walk into the conference room. Yeah. So I always had that under control pretty well, but it was more of when I would re-envision myself watching other actors and trying to recreate that in the scenes that we're practicing. You're like, no, just be yourself. Mm-hmm. And that's probably been some of the best advice that you've given me. And I keep reminding myself that every day, every time I go into a scene. Even when I got these gigs, I would be sitting there practicing by myself, and I just remind myself, I'd say, what did Dustin say? Just be yourself.
I want you to share about one of those, especially the superhero.
Yeah.
Do I get to say superhero?
Yeah, it's superhuman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. Angel Ruiz was the director, and it was pretty funny because I remember when I did the audition, I got asked to do this audition. It's like, be like Homelander, but you're like a superhero, but you're a villain behind closed doors.
Yeah.
And you're gonna basically, the scene's gonna be, you're gonna be basically trying to kill a mom and a dad, and like out in this cabin area. And so I remember I just watched an interview with Matthew McConaughey about doing auditions. Mm-hmm. He said, just go crazy, go over the top. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna be over the top. I took my shirt off. I did like 1,000 push-ups. I went this berserker, total just insane villain. And he got back to me, he goes, that was good, but now tone it down and be like a Homelander, like a stoic, like just evil, but quiet and still. And I did that second take. And I remember after getting it and being on set, his wife came up to me and she goes, it was that berserker audition what did it for us. Because we looked at over 100 submissions, and we kept saying, what about the berserker guy? We named you the berserker. We kept going to that, even though that wasn't what we wanted, but that's what stood out. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. But it was a great short film, and it was funny being in tights and being like the superhero, superhuman kind of with all these powers, and he did all these special effects and CGI work, and it was a good couple scenes, and it was fun. It was great to work with that whole cast and crew. And
I remember you calling me about it.
Yeah, and just being on set, just being fun, and just being. I felt so at home. Like I wasn't nervous at all. Mm-hmm. I just got on set each day, and they even had to change the locations because of the weather, so we had to basically make a quick change at the last minute. Yeah. But I remember helping you with your vertical short, so I remember telling the sound guys and the lighting people, I'm like, hey, if you need help, I can help you. And they looked at me like, what? Like, no, you don't need help. I was like, I can help you if you want me to set something up. Yeah. So it was a great experience overall, though. Yeah,
well, you're learning the right kind of energy. Now, obviously, on a big commercial set, you always want to be careful what you volunteer for. Yeah. Especially a union project. But when it's a small project and they need help, just being the type of person willing to carry the sandbags means so much to a crew member. Yeah. Even if you never touch one, if you say, hey, do you need help? I'd be more than happy to. They're like, wow, they care. Because so many actors live in the lane of, it's about me. Mm-hmm. And that's what I try to discourage. I get it. We are ego driven. We want to be artists. We want to be seen. We want to be heard. But it's being human, taking those little moments. I tell people, hey, send them a handwritten thank you. Yeah. Show up with a cold brew like you have. Yep. Those little gestures of gratitude go a really long way, and it will always be reciprocated because it's so rare in the entertainment industry.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. That's what was on like the Missing McKell documentary I did too. That was another phenomenal experience because a larger set, a lot more crew members. Right. And then way more, I think, in more of a huge production type of setting. And that was just unbelievable experience, just between the makeup artist, the wardrobe team, the lighting, the sound guy, the stunt coordinators I worked with. Like that whole experience was like over the top exhilarating, and just meeting the director and getting such great feedback. And like when they wrapped my scene, like they all applauded, and it was like, even like the meeting like the real parents of the girl that was, the documentary's about.
Yeah.
Like that was just, it was such a, like a dopamine injection experience. I'm like, okay, this is what it's all about.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that's all happened in a short amount of time for you.
Yeah. Like 6 months.
I know.
Yeah. And I'm, just enjoying the ride.
And that's what it is. Just keep enjoying the ride. And John came in earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
And we were chatting, and I said something to him I'm going to say to you, and that is that, you're barely scratching the surface.
Mm-hmm.
And like, this is a whole new chapter. And the beautiful part about being an actor and an artist is that you can do it your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you age and come into new types, you bring that life experience with you.
Yep.
And these little wins are going to give you the confidence to be more of yourself and to know how to carry yourself on a set.
Yep.
Which is everything.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And that's what got me motivated when we first met to even make this change and have the confidence to do this. So I remember looking up all my favorite actors and like, when did they get their big start and their big break? And it was later in their adult life.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so there's still hope.
Of course.
Right? There's still hope. I can still do this. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to throw my jump in feet first, and I could ride this wave to the last breath, the last day. And now that I got a little taste of it, I could easily see myself doing this for the rest of my life and be completely fine with it. Even if it's these short, small roles, it's so enjoying to work with other fellow artists and actors and crew members on telling a story.
Absolutely.
Right? Because that's like one of my ethos is just live a great story. And then if I can tell a great story and some person's like motivated by whatever little thing I did on screen, and that helps them in whatever way or thing in their life, then that's all it's all about for me. That's all I want to do.
I love it, man. We could talk all day. I think that's a great place to end. And I just want to say, Mom and I, Leighton Agency, the best part about it's the talent, and we're grateful to work with you.
Well, I'm very humble and grateful and thankful for you guys too.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.